All right, so we're going to be talking about simple interest today, and which is a type of percent problem. So that's our learning target. You do have 2 new vocabulary words. Actually, sorry, just 1 vocabulary word. So I want you to add simple interest to your vocab. And simple interest is interest earned only on the original principal amount invested, calculated with the formula I equals PRT. And for your example, I is your interest, P is the principal, which is the original amount, R is the rate, which is a percent, and T is the time in years. And if you need to, you can pause this to write down your vocab. So the formula for finding simple interest is I equals P times R times T, which means the interest equals the principal times the interest rate times the years. 2 things to remember. You always want to convert the percent to a decimal before calculating by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. When solving for the R, you must convert your answer to a percent at the end by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. So make sure you have this on the front of your foldable. Now let's look at an example. So example 1 says Kim deposits $300 into a savings account at a simple interest rate of 5% per year for 3 years. Calculate the interest she will earn. So we know we're using the formula I equals PRT, and we're looking for the I. So I is still the I. The principal is the $300, so we're going to have $300 times the rate is 5%, and we have to change that to a decimal. So when we move the decimal 2 places to the right, it would be 0.05. And then times 3 years, so times 3. So you're going to put that in your calculator. So 300 times 500 times 3 gives you $45. So the interest she earns is $45. So that means that the bank is going to put $45 into her account for leaving her money in the bank for 3 years. So $45. Number 2, Ashley deposits $10,500 into a savings account at a simple interest rate of 2.9% per year for 4 years. Calculate the interest she will earn. So once again, we're looking for the I. So the principal is $10,500. The rate is 2.9%, which is 0.029. And the years is 4, so times 4. So you're going to put that in your calculator. And you should get $1,218. So that's how much money she's going to earn by keeping her money in her savings account after 4 years. That means she can't touch it, can't take any money out. So solving for I is easy. Next, we're going to look at solving for the P, R, or the T. So Kim deposits $500 into a savings account at a simple interest rate of 3% per year. She earned $50 in interest. How many years did she invest the $500? So this time we're looking for the T. So we're going to plug in what we know. So we know that I is the $50. The P is what she deposited, so 500. The R is 3%, which is 0.03. And we don't know the years, so I'm going to put a T, so times T. And I shouldn't have used multiplication symbols. Should have used parentheses. So now we have to solve for t. So first thing we want to do is let's go ahead and multiply these two numbers. So 500 times 300 is 15. So I have 50 equals 15 times t. I divide by 15 on both sides. And 50 divided by 15 is 3.3 repeating. So I'm going to put the bar over it, equals t. So it would be 3.3 years. And that's all I had to do. Let's look at example 2. Example 2 says Lily deposits $425 into a new savings account for 2 years. Calculate the interest rate if she earned $10 in interest. Round your final answer to the nearest hundred. So we know that 10 is our interest. The principal is what she deposited, so 425. We don't know the rate, so I'm going to put an R there. And we know 2 years. So I'm going to multiply the 425 and the 2, which gives me 850, and put the R with that. I'm going to divide by 850 on both sides. And 10 divided by 850 gives you a really long decimal. I'm going to put a couple of those. Now, of course, the directions say to round to the nearest hundred, so we're going to round right here. So I look behind it, that's a 1, so it's going to be 0.01 equals R. But remember, if you solve from R, for R you have to move the decimal 2 places to the right to make it a percent. So the answer would be 1%. So that's not a very good interest rate. She didn't make a lot of money. All right, and the last one, we have Lindsay borrowed some money from the bank to buy a new car with a 3% interest rate for 6 years. Calculate the principal amount she borrowed if she paid $1,250 in interest at the end of the 6 years. So I equals PRT. We know the interest is $1,250. We don't know the P. We know the interest rate is 3%, so 0.03. And she borrowed for 6 years. Go ahead and multiply the 0.03 times 6. And you get 0.18 times P. We divide by 0.18 on both sides. And 1,250 divided by 0.18 is $6,944.44. Because that is money, so you round it to the hundred. So that is the amount of money that she borrowed. All right, if you need to look through any of the examples, you can rewind, pause, replay the whole video, and then you will complete the riddle sheet that your sub is going to give you.